Today's video we're going to mess around with the robot lawnmowers. I've been messing around with these for a couple of years now. These two right here are the latest two. This is the Yuka Mini and the Luba Mini. And right over here is the Yuka2000. All right, that's the big one. Got the two minis over there, and they've been working out fan-freaking-tastic, basically cutting my lawn for the past 2 years with really out too many problems. The only problems I run into are like holes in my yard where like the front wheels on the Yukas will kind of get caught in. But anyway, so today's video we are going to be messing with the Luba Mini right over there, and we are going to take it over to Lauren's folks' house and hook them up with a robot lawnmower. The reason I'm going to give them the Luba Mini is because they do have like a slight hill, and the Luba is four-wheel drive, and I think it can handle the hill a little bit better. It's not like a huge hill or anything like that, but this one is four-wheel drive, and I think it would work fan-freaking-tastic at their house. And I'm going to attempt to drive it with my phone and holding the camera. Might be a little tricky, but we'll give it a try. I suppose I should turn it off. Alright, got everything loaded up. So we got the Luba Mini, we got a little tiny garage, we have the charging station, we got the RTK, and I got the spike right back there if we need it. Got all the manuals and extra blades and all that kind of stuff right in there. Okay, Sue doesn't want to be in the picture or in the video, but she's getting ready to hit the start button for the very first time. And we did the whole perimeter. I just did all that off camera because it's time consuming. But we have it sitting right over here. It's going to be the maiden voyage, first test drive.
Start working.
Start working.
Yeah, let's see it. So I think I have it set for perimeter, so I don't know if it's going to go over there or not. I guess we'll find out. Again, if you don't like that, if you want a direct route, we can change that. I guess this might be a good test to see how well it does along the fence.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, once you're comfortable with it doing its job, you know, because the first couple times you're going to watch it to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. 'Cause that's what I did too. But after you see that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, it's great. Especially on those really hot days. You're gonna do what? You're gonna send it home
now.
All right, send it home.
I want to see it go. Okay.
Paused. And now we're gonna go back to recharge. Like my backyard, I'll cut that at night. I just let it go.
Yeah.
Since it's all fenced in.
I think the deer would be afraid of it. It's amazing that they're out during this time of year. They're usually just in the fall.
So you're gonna call it Mini Madge?
Mini Madge.
So they've got a pretty big hill in their yard over here. And I kind of want to see if it'll do it. I don't know how well it shows up on camera. It doesn't look very steep at all. But trust me, it's pretty steep. This area right here. I want to see if it'll go up this area. If it does, they should be good to go. I mean, camera's probably not going to do it justice either. Easy. It's pretty steep, Sue.
I was gonna say, I think they can tell it's pretty steep.
Okay.
Start charging.
All right, so this is before. Basically, they have gone through and cut their grass, which is what you should do. And then the robot mower will basically maintain everything, okay? So this is what everything looks like beforehand. And I'm gonna come back in like a month and see how it all looks, okay? And we'll just do a quick little walk around through the property. So we do have a no-go zone around that mailbox right there, around these trees right here. No-go zone right around these rocks, which they're gonna make that a little bit nicer later on. And then for up here, the front yard over there is like one zone by itself. And then the little front area by the curb, that's another zone by itself. By the street, that's all one zone. And then this area back here is another zone. So I think there's 4 different zones, okay? So this is what the side and the backyard looks like. We have another no-go zone around this tree. And I think that's all the no-go zones. Over there I have a channel so we can go from this zone to the zone by the street. And we've got it parked right back here, which is a pretty good spot. We tested it going in and out of the charging station and it goes in just fine. And we also set up the little tiny garage, which looks pretty darn good. We've got the RTK sitting right here and we have basically clear sky above that. No obstructions, and it does seem to work out pretty good. For our wiring, that goes over here and connects to the back of the charging station, which you can do on the charging station or you can plug it in all by itself. And then the charging station right now just has the wiring going right back through there, underneath the gutter, and then they're going to probably tighten this up just a little bit, make it look a little bit better. Going underneath the door and to an outdoor plug right here. The only part that I was a little concerned with was that little spot right there because it is really steep, but it does go up that just fine. This is a pretty steep hill. I don't know how well it shows on camera. This is still part of the backyard zone, and we come up here and we just cut right over here and then go back down. And then for the front yard, you know, we come around this little area for up there, and then the other chute or pathway is right over here as well. So yeah, that is the entire property, and I'm pretty excited, and I know they're pretty excited, so I guess we'll come back in a month and see how it looks. All right, back home, and I think I'm gonna finish off this video with me starting up the Yuka2000 for the first time of the year. 617 minutes to do this backyard area. Start working. Let's see if you remember where to go. I haven't even gone out here to look for like sticks and stuff. I should probably do that. So this will be year 3. This will be the 3rd summer, I should say. First 2 summers went pretty good. The only problem I've had with this was the front wheel. The wheel bearing like gave out, so I had to get a new wheel for it, which they did replace for free, which was nice. It's actually sitting. Yeah, this was the only problem I've had with it is like the wheel bearing came out. It was like just broken. But whenever it was like that, it was still working. It's the very first cut, so there's like a lot of tall grass and there's a lot of really low grass, or there's area where there's a lot of leaves, or there's area where there's like no grass at all. But that's okay. I don't have to do it. I suppose you want to see what it looks like beforehand. So the grass is pretty tall right now. So technically what you would want to do is cut your grass, you know, with a regular mower the very first time before you get a robot mower. And then the robot mower will basically maintain it after that. Or you don't really even have to do that. If your grass is like this, or maybe even a little bit longer, it might take a cut or two for it to make it look nice, but it will eventually cut it and make it look good basically for the rest of the year. This is what we look like right now. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it is pretty tall. It's basically doing the perimeter right now, which there really isn't much on the perimeter. Basically a bunch of needles and stuff. Maybe a couple small branches out here. Yeah, so I try to pick up as many branches as I can. All right, well, I'm gonna let the robot mower do its job so I can do, well, really anything else. Fast forward a couple of days and now we're down to 50 degrees. Just the other day it was like 86. It was really hot, you know, kind of muggy, and now the temperature has dropped and it is continually dropping. Anyway, before I let you go, or before I end the video, I was just gonna give you a quick little update on the backyard and how it all looks using the Mammotion Yuka robot lawnmower, if you were curious to see what it looks like. Now keep in mind, I've done 2 cuts. The first cut, since it was so long, I mean, it looked pretty good, but you could tell it needed to be cut one more time, so I just cut it again, going the opposite direction. Hopefully it shows up on camera of how good it does. But it does a really, really good job. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not compared to what we saw the other day. I mean, even going around my trees and my wood pile and all that kind of stuff, it just does an excellent job. And this is basically for anybody that's curious about robot lawnmowers and how they really do in a yard. Now, my yard, I mean, I don't fertilize it, I don't do anything to it. We live in the Midwest, so in the wintertime, everything freezes like rock hard. And then when everything thaws out, you know, it kind of like heaves and hoes. So, I mean, there's literally like, you know, all sorts of unevenness and bumpiness all over through here. Even whenever you're riding a lawnmower, especially here in the backyard, I mean, you're literally bouncing all over the place. And I've got a bad back and it would hurt sometimes cut in the backyard. I know that sounds pretty lame, but it's true. So anyway, the robot lawnmower has seriously saved me so much time and hassle that it's ridiculous. And especially on those really, really hot days, which are gonna be here in like a month, you know, over 100 degrees. I don't have to go out here and cut anything. It's just all gonna be cut for me. I mean, yeah, there's not much grass right here yet, but I mean, it's circled around the trees just fine. I got some roots sticking out of the ground over here. It'll go around those just fine. We've got these right here. These aren't technically flowers yet, but they will be here in August. These are naked ladies. You know, it goes around these just fine. It literally cuts everything fantastic. And I know whenever I first got them, I was really, really skeptical about how well it would actually do. And since I've used it for 2 years straight, I mean, they're just amazing. So if anybody was ever unsure of how well they work, I mean, I don't know. To me, they work amazing. Everything looks amazing and it's perfect. The only thing I do have to do, of course, is come back through here. I'll probably do it in a couple of days and I'll just do the trimming. That's the only thing that I do have to do is the trimming, which sucks. That's like the worst part. But there is one section that I do take the riding lawnmower on typically, and that's gonna be on that back side, on the other side of the fence, all the way around here. The main reason why I do that is because big trucks like that will overshoot or overturn, and they'll come into the yard and then make their turn, or vice versa coming down the hill. And there's so many tracks and stuff that are in the yard over there. The robot mowers do have well, they can get stuck back there. And not only that, there's usually a lot of trash and stuff that ends up back here as well. So I don't know if we'll be able to see any, but there's actually tracks from big trucks all the way through here. I mean, there's just so many ruts and stuff back here. Sometimes the robot lawnmowers will get stuck in those ruts. So instead of me just kind of worrying about it, I'll just run the riding lawnmower back there. It takes like 3 minutes. So anyway, if anybody is interested in robot lawnmowers and you want a real opinion, I'll give that to you. I mean, I don't care if you buy it or not. I'm just giving you real information about those. So again, if you are interested, here in like a month or so, I'm gonna go back over to the wife's parents and we'll check in with them and we'll take a look at their yard. I'm hoping I can get one of them on camera so we can get like the real experience with the robot lawnmower, a first time user, and see what they have to say. If they don't wanna be on camera, then maybe I'll just be on camera and have them talk off to the side. But it would be really cool if we can get them on camera. And one other thing before I go is for the robot lawnmowers, I did just get another new one. It's a different brand. I've never had this brand before. and I'm doing the testing on it right now in the front yard. And I'm not sure when that video will be out. It should be out here pretty soon, I would imagine in the next couple weeks. But if you're interested in robot lawnmowers, make sure you like that smash button on your way out. Make sure you come back to check out those other videos, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, got to make this quick because somebody's playing music up there and a motorcycle. Yeah.